I just try and buy into the plan that coach teaches us in practice, try and stay relaxed, and go up for my pitch, and I kind of think about the situation and what they might try and throw, and I just try not to think too much, because sometimes that can hurt me a little bit. I just try to stay relaxed, so that's about it.
Yeah, Coach talked a little bit about the two-strike approach and how when you guys buy into it, you do a little bit better. What kind of goes into that two-strike approach?
I just think a lot of it just has to do with attention to detail and a little bit of pride too, because I know I hate when I strike out because it looks bad. So when as a team we buy into that, as you can see, it helps us a lot because it gets that pitch count up, and then we can get him out of the game. And then once we get that guy out, he's usually a run fest like it was today.
So you're certainly not, well, you're a hitter, but you aren't necessarily known for your power. Got your first home run of the season today. Is that something we can see more of, or is that a product of the wind going out?
It's a little bit of both. So I'm not trying to hit it out. I'm just trying to stay gap to gap and try and hit doubles. And just so happened it turned into a home run. So, I mean, I can be a power guy, but I try not to be, because then that's when I kind of get out of my element.
Fair enough. Then finally, obviously as a catcher, you have a different relationship with the umpire than maybe other hitters. Is there something that you do a little bit different to handle it, if you maybe disagree with the zone or anything like that?
You kind of have to pick your battles when you're catching, because sometimes I want to stand up for my pitchers and let the umpire know, like, hey, like, that's a strike, or this needs to be called. Because then whenever I hit, it just so happens he'll call the ones that he calls balls on us when we're in the field. So sometimes I just have to keep a cool head, even though I want to just get really angry. But I mean, you just have to pick your battles and try and stay friendly with them, because then that'll help out my guys on the field and then our hitters too.
Last question, legs tired?
A little tired. I'm kind of getting used to this, so just trying to stay healthy and flexible and just drink a lot of water. But I'll be ready for tomorrow.
Awesome. Congratulations again on the big day, Joe.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But everybody else might be asking, where was the offense in game one?
Yeah, well, we didn't have a good two-strike approach, as you saw. We struck out, I think, 9 times and had 2 outs on the bases. So out of 21 outs in a 7-inning game, you get 11 that way. It's a little hard to produce on offense. So we made a commitment, and we've been stressing it all year, and the guys finally bought in, it looked like, in that second game, where they realized that it's going to make a big difference, and it did, as you saw with the most runs that we scored all year and the hits.
What do you take away from a 17-5 win? I mean, with the wind blowing out, obviously you've talked about the environment playing a huge factor in how much power you have. What sort of things do you take away from that second game?
Just that, the two-strike approach. I mean, like I told the guys after, we manufactured runs early against a good arm that, we weren't manufacturing in the first game. And that's all because of 2 strikes and putting the ball in play and making some stuff happen. If you look back, I think out of our first 8 runs, some almost more than half are produced with either runners getting on or base hits with 2 strikes.
And then finally, Stuart Springer, almost like Sherrod on Friday. He's been great for you this year. Not his best outing, but still earns you the win. He's somebody who could kind of morph into that Colin Sherrod role on through the year and even into next year.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 of our guys, and really 4 when you count Hester for tomorrow, have shown flashes of brilliance this year. And Bryce Davis showed it last year, and you saw it today as he came out of the pen in the first game. I mean, we're deep on the mound. We've got a lot of guys that can do a lot of different roles. So getting them out there and just testing them out and seeing at the length of the season is the question now. Guys get going, and you want to know if they're going to be consistent. Colin's always been consistent, and Cam always has been for us, and we're looking to see that for Stuart, and he's shown consistency up to this point this year.
Awesome. 2 weeks out from conference play. How does what you're seeing this weekend and even next weekend with Philadelphia Sciences compare to what you're going to see in the Heartland?
The Heartland's tough. If you look at the scores in the country, we've got a lot of teams doing a ton of good things. So we've got to make sure our game's sharp. I'm not really concerned about 2 weeks from now. I just want to win tomorrow. And that usually is based upon how we come out and play. So if we show up and play well tomorrow, and we show up and play well next weekend, and show up and play well when conference starts, we'll be in good shape. So it's just all about us taking care of our business and not letting the opponent or whoever we're playing affect anything.
All right, thanks again, Coach. Congratulations.
All right, thanks, sir.